Hey everybody, I'm super excited and thanks so much for taking time to watch this interview. It's an absolute honor for me to interview this guy, and it's so cool the way technology allows us to be able to do things. I'm here in San Diego, he's out near Boston, he's in his car, I'm in my living room, and we don't have to get on an airplane and fly out to go see each other in order to do business. And so my name is Darla, and my goal and purpose for this interview is to be able to give people vision on why somebody would use send out cards and what send out cards can do in somebody's life. If you've known me, you've known me for 3.5 years and you've seen what it's done for me, but we're going to talk to somebody who's been in with send out cards for over a decade and what it's done in his life. And so the purpose of it is so that you can see why you would want to maybe implement something like this into your life and what it can do for you. So Jay, if you would, I would love for people I want to paint a big picture. I want you to take me back to, try and go back to 11 years ago before you even knew about send out cards. I want to know, first of all, how you found it. Like, how did it come to you? When is the day that you saw it?
So 11 years ago, before the recession, everything was groovy. You're in your late 30s and you're just rocking the world, and you thought nothing would stop it. And so I went out in 2004 and bought a $3 million building, and I was going to grow this real estate empire to another level. And I got a card from someone saying, "Hey, Jay," it was a card like this, it was a family card. And the card said, "Jay, it's important to stop and smell the roses. Let me know if you'd like to learn how to send a card like this." And frankly, I was pretty intimidated. It was a picture of 25 cousins and aunts and uncles, and it was a wow card. And I said, I got too much on my plate. I can't add another thing to my plate. And then around 2006, spring, summer, the smell of the recession was coming. And I got another card from somebody. And that person said, "Jay, you're a great marketer of real estate. You should look into my system called send out cards." And I said, "This is the second time I've heard this. But now the recession's coming and I'm not filling my offices, not filling the seats in my office. I had too much on my plate." And the third time, I belonged to a high-end referral networking group called Cyberstars. And guess what they were talking about? Send-out cards. And so that was the third time the apple hit me on the head. And I said, I'm pushing all my chips in, because I missed the first two times.
Being a broker, how many, you have how many agents under you now?
486.
486 agents. What is the typical broker with that many agents, which I know there's not very many typical brokers with that many agents, doing for their marketing to what it is that you are doing today? What's the difference?
Well, there's a number of shiny objects out there that every broker owner is always being hit with. This is the greatest thing. This is the best thing. This is the best thing, et cetera, et cetera. But what Stacy and I, my wife, of course, she brains behind all the behind the scenes. We work together and understand that, people count, numbers don't. Our agents count to us. And a lot of the broker owners that we see will recruit them. Once they get in, they forget about them. So all we had to do was to say, why do we have such a great retention rate where our competitors just have a revolving door? And because, we're not perfect, but what we've done is we say, we're going to take the best things from all these other brokerage owners that we know, and we're going to throw the things out that most of the agents don't like, and we're going to kill them with appreciation and kindness, the way that we know how to do it. And so I just think it's just simple. I give away my tips and my secrets. For instance, you have a good agent, send them birthday brownies. Big deal, right? Some people don't do that, but we send the spouse birthday brownies. We don't stop there. We send the kids birthday brownies. So when that agent might be having a bad hair day, their family's saying, "You got to stay with Jay and Stacy. Look what they sent me. Look what they sent mom. Look what they sent dad." And what that does is it retains them, or it creates a conversation that we can then find out what the problem is and either agree to fix it or just say, "Best of luck, go to another brokerage company." and
Yeah.
Business is gone through the roof.
Yes, that's awesome. What are a couple things that you give your new realtors tips and advice to do?
Well, I will warn them that they're going to be inundated with so much content that they could burn out by testing and trying everything out there, right? The bottom line, or one of the tips that I think is very important, is that oftentimes people when they're new, they don't have many buyers or sellers or many transactions going on, right? But most veterans who have been in this 25 or 30 or 40 years, and even some of the arrogant agents who've been in 4 years and they've had a good run because they're printing money in that before pre-recession, most people will give a gift after the closing and a big commission check has come in. Where if you want to differentiate yourself, be the agent that says thank you at the beginning, at the initial, at the offer being accepted, at the home inspection, at the purchase and sales signing here in Massachusetts. Some states might sign the P&S before home inspection. Whatever it is, remove that trepidation from the client that buyers and sellers are under. You'll end up spending possibly less money than the agent that's waiting to give a gift card at the end of the transaction, and you're more likely to get people to refer you or say kind things about you while they're telling all their friends and family that they bought a house from Dollar and they're closing August 15th and they're at the beach and they're at July 4th cookout and they're saying, well, I need to get you, Realtor's business card. And that's an example of what you can do for less money but more return if you're a newer agent, because most people are just stuck in, I'm not going to give Dollar a gift until I close. What happens if it falls apart? And I say, you're thinking negatively. I look at it as an insurance policy. If it does fall apart, Dollar's more likely to still work with me, not because it didn't get appraised out, not because of the home inspection revealed X, Y, and Z, not because the attorneys couldn't get along. But if you're not sending the gift, you know what? Then they're going to point the finger at Jay or Dollar, and then you've lost them.
Yep. And I've actually heard stories of you talking about how you've gotten referrals from people that you sent cards and gifts to that didn't go to you because it was for whatever reason, but they still referred you and didn't refer the realtor that they sold their home to or that sold them their home.
That's correct. That's correct. And that's another example where how many people who possibly are realtors listen to this, how many people thank their cooperating broker while they're in the process? So I just put a home under agreement, newer agent, can't be in the business more than 6 months. Then she's been complimenting me. And then she says, Jay, and now I got a box of brownies from you. You're amazing.
That's awesome.
And I say, I'm just practicing what I preach, which is important, because I'm not going to tell you or your audience and not do it myself. So what I find is that this can go into any industry. Remove the realtor, put attorney, remove attorney, put the home inspector, remove the home inspector, put the septic tank inspector. And that's what we can teach our audience who wants to grow a business.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
That sounds great.
You're frozen again. Oh, wait, you froze on a smile. Hold on, let me take a picture. All right, Jay, thank you so much. I appreciate you and all your tolerance for this technical